Hi, everyone. We're just going to give it about 2 or 3 more minutes to let people join. There's still some people joining on here, and then we'll get started. For those of you who just joined, we're just going to give it a couple more minutes to give anyone else a chance to join that would like to, and then we'll get started. We're just going to give it about 1 more minute, and then we'll get started. All right, it looks like everyone is on. We're going to go ahead and get started. So we have Keely Faulkner here today, our career fair sales specialist, and she's going to be presenting. Keely, I'll let you go ahead and take it.
Hi, everybody. So my name's Keely, like Shelby said, and I'm the sales specialist for the career fair team. So I'm just going to go over some of the benefits of virtual events and how to get more return on investment from our virtual fairs. I'm going to also talk a little bit about our platform healthcare fairs and how to host your own exclusive event. So this was born out of a need for a more user-friendly system. So after using Brazen and some other platforms, we found that there were some features specifically to recruiting that make the experience more enjoyable and beneficial for you all as recruiters that we kind of needed. So, what sets us apart at Practice Match or makes us different or better than our competitors? So, we have quite a few features, and I think you'll see that throughout the presentation. So, one of the things that sets us apart is that you are able to recruit at your own pace on our virtual events. So, we have something called booth exclusions, where you are able to filter the candidates that come into your booth. So, say you're not hiring dermatology, you are able to exclude anybody who is a dermatologist from coming into your booth. Another good example is you're not hiring a visa candidate, you are able to exclude any visa candidates from coming into your booth. So you can set those exclusions based on what your needs are. We also have a feature called canned responses where you're able to auto send messages to a candidate, and we'll get a little bit more into that later on. You can have multiple chats going at once on our fairs, and you get to set the minimum or maximum and have as little or as many going at one time as you'd like. We also give you the ability to have multiple recruiters on your booth. So all of our packages come with at least 2 recruiters, and you can always add on more if you see fit. We do both full booth setup for you at Practice Match. So that's not something that you have to worry about beforehand. We set up your booth and customize it with your unique colors, logos, and images. We have an easy, intuitive site that's simple to navigate, and we offer customer support throughout the entire process of the fair. So this is in the form of a live person through Practice Match. We also have an easily downloadable after report where you can access all of the chats that you had with candidates from during the fair. So when a candidate comes into our page, to our event, this is the page that they'll see, our landing page. This is what they see before they register. So they're able to scroll and see your organization listed as an exhibitor. Now, once they've entered all of their information in on registration, this is the fairground preview that they'll have. So you can see that all of the exhibitors are listed as booths here. Now, on this page, if candidates do have that booth exclusion that we discussed earlier, they actually will not be able to see your booth here. And they can filter on the left by specialty or employer. And then we have some sponsorships available. So the 2 booths that you see here with platinum and silver in the right-hand corner do include some added benefits like higher booth placement. And if you're interested in finding out more about our sponsorships, just feel free to reach out to me. So once the candidate enters your booth, this is an example of what they would see. So over here on the right, we have the chat box. Now this is the candidate's view of the chat. On the left, they can see information about your organization. So your booth appears this way to them with your image, description, logo, and colors. And then they are able to see the specialties and states you're hiring in across the top, along with your recruiters. And they can click over on the link to see your website. Now here is what the booth looks like for you as a recruiter. So this is your view when a candidate comes into your booth. So all of our chats are instant message based. There's no video associated with our fairs, which sometimes is great for you as recruiters. You probably do a lot of face-to-face time and can appreciate not having to do as much face-to-face on our fairs. So on the left here, you have all of the candidates that you're chatting with, and you can go back and forth between chats with candidates if you choose to do so. Then on the right, we have the candidate that you're speaking with here in the middle, and this is going to have all of the information that that candidate entered when they registered. If they have a CV uploaded, it will appear here for you to be able to click into it. Now within the chat, you are able to share files with candidates. So maybe you have information on benefits or a job description. You can upload and send that to a candidate here. Earlier, we discussed briefly canned responses. So those are preset responses that you're then able to auto send within the chat. And you can send those here within your responses. Now, sometimes that's a welcome message or the answer to maybe a frequently asked question that you get as a recruiter, and just makes it a little bit easier and more convenient for you. Then here on the bottom right-hand corner of the chat, you are able to transfer a candidate to a colleague. So maybe a different recruiter knows a little bit more about a specific position. You can transfer that candidate to speak with another recruiter on your booth. And then you can access our support directly from your booth. So you can talk with a live practice match person if you're having issues with anything. Now, after the fair, you can log back in and access your after report. So that is in the form of an easily downloadable file where you can see all of the chat transcripts that you had with candidates following the event. Now, the day after, we do send out a post-show list. So this post-show list includes attendees and non-attendees, all of their contact information, where they went to school, when they finished, and all of their preferences related to practice. So where they'd like to practice, what kind of schedule they'd like to have, and any languages that they speak are all included on this post-show attendee list. Now here you can see just a little bit of statistics on our fairs. So our regional fairs have an average attendance of over 250 candidates, and then our nationwide and rural fairs have an average attendance of over 275. Now, under average attendance, you'll see total RSVPs. So this is going to include what we talked about on the post-show list, where you see non-attendees. That'll include non-attendees as well. So maybe, physicians that had a prior commitment, but they still want you to receive their contact information, they will be a part of that post-show list and have all of their information there. You can also see here the percentage of visa candidates that we get for each type of fair, as well as our top 10 attended specialties for each type of fair. Now, just to go over some of the benefits of our virtual events, you really can attend based on your needs. So that's one great benefit to Practice Match. We have our specialty, nationwide, and regional fairs. So maybe you have a hard to fill position or you're looking for a specific specialty. We do have fairs that fill all of those needs. Now, we also have low cost events and offer various promotions throughout the year. We have a broad reach and we do extensive marketing to residents and fellows. So part of this is our physician database. We contact physicians within our database and share fair info, and that allows us to reach thousands and thousands of doctors. We're also the highest attended career fair in the industry. Part of that is our database, and part of that is that we have a great reputation among physicians, residents, and fellows. We provide tons of resources to residents and fellows, which allows us to be a fair that they would more likely attend over our competition. So another added benefit of our fairs is just our post-show list that we touched on briefly. I'm going to shift a little bit now and just discuss healthcare fairs. So this is our unique hosting platform. And this was really created with recruiting in mind. And you're able to purchase and host an exclusive event via our platform. So when you do this, the event is then branded to your organization. And here's an example of how your exclusive event might look. Now, this isn't how it has to look. We can tweak this and make this different based on your needs and kind of what you're envisioning and wanting. But this one here has participation information, and right here it has just a description of the organization. So as I said before, it doesn't have to be a description of your organization, but it can be. And then here in the back, you see the booths. Now we can have as many or as little booths as you'd like. This is just one example, but you can see that this is customized to this organization. So it has their logo, their colors, and their organization's name. Now here's an example of some of the marketing that we do. So on the left-hand side is a social post that we'll share on social media prior to your event. And on the right is a marketing email that we send out with the information for the event, like time and date. Really, we can add any information you'd like and a link to register to the event here. Now, just to talk about some of the benefits of healthcare fairs, one of the great benefits is that you can hire for your organization. So you don't have to just be hiring for physician positions. Maybe you have tons of openings at all levels in your organization. You can showcase all of those within your exclusive event. Now, another added benefit, you get to avoid competitors. So candidates come in and they know that they're coming directly to you and you alone. They are already probably interested in your organization if they're attending your exclusive event. And then it lessens the urgency on the candidates end to chat with a bunch of different organizations within that time frame. Now, another benefit of healthcare fairs is just that it's customized to your needs. So you can host an event specific to your openings and specialties. You can also kind of give us your budget and we can help you and work with you on what will fall under that. So we offer two different package options, and this allows you to just decide what best suits your organization's recruitment needs. So the first package, you would just host the event yourself, be responsible for the marketing, and we would set the event up and send out our post-show list. The second package would have marketing included. You would just provide us with detailed audience specifics, and we would provide our exclusive marketing efforts. So as you saw on the last slide, our social post and our marketing email, as well as we send out text blasts and email blasts leading up to your event. So thanks so much for hopping on. I hope this was beneficial and you were able to learn about our platform and our virtual events. I am happy to take any questions that you might have now. If you have questions that come up later, feel free to email me, kfaulkner@practicematch.com. And I'm happy to meet one-on-one as well if you're interested in getting some more information.
Hey Linda, so I just saw your question. Can you discuss cost of hosting individual fairs? So that it's really just going to depend on your organization's needs. So the pricing is different based on whether you're hiring nationwide for all specialties or if you're hiring in one state for one specialty. It all depends on that. So if you're interested in that, you can send Keely an email with, kind of your idea of whether you'd want to do it nationwide, all specialties, or a certain state or region, all specialties, or just certain specialties. And then she can take that and provide you with the pricing that it would be for them. All right, we'll give it just a couple more minutes to see if any questions come through. And if you have a question, feel free to unmute as well. But if you don't have any questions, feel free to log off this webinar. And again, Keely's email is listed here if you do have any questions later on. All right, it doesn't look like we have any other questions. Again, thank you all for joining. And Keely will go ahead and end the meeting, and we will send a recording of the meeting out to all of the participants as well.
Thanks again for attending.